future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Well, the NTT INDYCAR season might be done. Well, the championship's been clinched. They still have 2 races. But we are far from that here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. By comparison, the INDYCAR series, 5 different winners this season? That's it. We went 7 for 7 in the first 7 races last season, 8 of 9. And then we start this season again, 3 for 3. 3 races, 3 different winners. Can we go 4 for 4? Hello again, everybody, and good evening. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage of Round 4 of Season 3 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Tonight, we come to you from the POCONOs and POCONO Raceway. As always, joining me in the booth for expert analysis is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, do we go 4 for 4?
Good evening. I think could be. It's what's happening here in POCONO. It's really a surprise stuff. Always happen something around. So we can think about it. Maybe it could be a 4 for 4 today with Logan Edwards now in the top for now. But we can have a names like Raybon also too, Edwards, maybe could be
Stoffer.
Separate standard. Stoffer, we talking about Stoffer. I think Stoffer is for me too. You said enough about our candidate could be my candidate too for win the race. He is one of the guys can save fuel and then going for on the end, and then at some point, oops, there is a stopper over again in the top. So it's gonna be a long race. Let's see what's happened today in 120 laps here in POCONO.
Yeah, we're doing 300 miles a day, but in the past when we've been here, both times we've been here, Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1 was 100 laps, Season 2 was 100 laps. Season 1 was won by Edson Santos by 0.3 of a second for his first career votive win over Wags and James Watson. And James, not in the lineup tonight, but if you're watching, hello, buddy. He is the owner of James Watson's Racing Setup and Team Watson Racing. And then Season 2 was Ty Quilla, who's not in the lineup, I don't think. Yes, he is. He's actually provisionally 13th, so we'll watch him. He won by 0.083 of a second over Clindy for his first and only career win here in the Votive Indy Oval Series, and Hunter Smith with Little Eagle Racing, who we will see on Thursday night in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace INDYCAR Series. He is not in the lineup tonight, but he came home third on that podium. And I think we're getting a bit of a warm-up session here, yeah.
It is. So the record in INDYCAR, real INDYCAR, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 in IRL in 2000, and over the 7 on INDYCAR car championship actually. So if we're talking about round 4 in IRL, Montoya won Indianapolis in 2000, and Motegi in car was Michael Andretti on Motegi that day. So around four different drivers in the records. How many people won in one season? 8? I think it says 8.
I thought we tied it. I thought we tied it with 7 for 7. Yeah, we actually tied the record.
Yeah,
the modern. Yeah, Votive and the Votive actually tied the record that happened that year between, and it happened in both the Indy Racing League and kart. The first 7 races of Indy Racing League, first 7 races of kart had different winners. However, if it was a merged schedule, it would have been the first repeat winner would have been a little bit earlier because Montoya turned right around, and after he won Indy, won the next week in kart at Milwaukee, which was Toyota's first ever IndyCar win, by the way. So we are watching warm-up. Let's get into tonight's starting lineup here for our 300-mile race at Pocono.
Yes, sir.
And on the pole is Casey Povolones. Is that right? Casey on the pole?
It is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Casey, what a run, buddy. I wasn't even watching practice. We were just getting ready to set up, so I didn't even see the provisioner pole. I'm like, are these numbers right? Because we got a lot of new names at the front, and this is very welcome for this lead. Casey Povolones gets a pole with a 2:18.9. Right next to him, the guy we're used to seeing up front of these tracks, Trey Shadid, with a 2:18.6. Mason Mitchum lining up third into number 3 with a 2:18.6. Andrew Marquez, watch this guy with MadWorks Racing. Lots of experience. Been around in the community for a very long time. I've raced against him going back to 2020. He is on the outside of row 4. On the inside of row 3, we got cooperative teammates. We got Seb Alexander. Watch him. He could be one of the candidates for the win today. Clindy. If Clindy wins, he will be the first repeat winner this season. Then we got Edson Santos. He's always a threat. Kat Durazo, always a threat. Anna Klimek, one of my picks tonight. And Vitor rounding out the top 10. Liam O'Sullivan, watch him as well. Indy Kirkenbauer. He is one of the dark horses tonight. Watch him. Ty Quilla, defending series champion, or defending, not series champion, but defending race champion. He could win. Logan Edwards, he could also win as well. Jacob Collins could use a dub. We know Rick Ravon could win here, and he is currently on the winners list this season. Stouffer, this is what I call the Pocono Whisperer. This guy will come to the front and be among the leaders relatively quickly. Watch him. Lining up next to him is Murphy, also one of those, a threat to win. Newcomer and Stearns round out the top 20. Coker and T, Johnston and Lee, Peterson and Pahutsky, Gallows and Kavako. Hunter Ingrave serving a penalty. He will fall to the back from his spot there on the inside of row 15. And Gary Lovern, who is getting muscled to the inside there a little bit by Rick Ravon. He is going to start on the outside of row 15. Hobson and Hysong, Osborne and Anderson, Dinsdale and May Wilson. And the boss, Antonio Estrada and Bacorn back in row 20. And Bacorn will be joined by Hunter Ingrave when we get underway here after the warm-up. And that is your starting lineup here from Pocono for 300 miles tonight.
It is. We have a different pole seater today. So, Ray Shadid, the first one in Kentucky. Hunter Ingrave in Atlanta. Santos in the Motegi. And today, Casey Povolones in Pocono. So who knows? We can be a new winner today. That's a big, nice lap on Casey, to be honest.
Yeah, that was an excellent lap in terms of the time around this place. Almost in the 220s. He was cooking.
Oh, 0.064. So almost at 10. And that 10, I said 80% is in turn 3, for sure. If you take the turn 3 properly, you can gain a lot over there. That's the main way you get the point for the... Or you can lose, actually. You can win or lose over there, actually.
So this is a fixed setup race on a 2.5-mile triangular shaped oval. We're doing 120 laps, 300 miles, and limited tires at 100% fuel. No fast repairs. We've gotten rid of those. 55 miles per hour on pit road for the speed limit. We expect anywhere between a 3 or a 4 stop tonight, depending on how things shake out as the field is underway here on the warm-up lap. I don't know if they'll go an extra 1.
No, sir. Just going in green.
Green next time by, okay.
No, not next time by. It's going now. So it's no extra lap.
Okay, next time by, we are going green.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here are your weather conditions. 11 or 11 degrees on the track temperature. 65 on the ambient. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you joining us. Help us with the weekly grind. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Almost 1,300 subscribers here in our little old channel. If you can believe it. Here are the points coming into today's race. That is not the points coming into today's race. Let's try that again. Here's the points coming into today's race. And there you see Clindy with the lead by 11 over Murph. Campbell, Ingrave, Hobson, your top 5, and then as your remainder of the top 20 as cars are in Pocono Turn 3. Coming to the start-finish line this time to start our run at 300 miles. One of our longest races of the year.
Victor started for pits, Pahosky and pits. So these two guys on pit now.
And a nice jump by Povolonis. He goes in. Mason Mitchum dives down in front of Seb. Seb already up a couple of spots, up 2 spots in 1 turn. As the field down the Long Pond Straight starts to spread out a little bit. Here comes Mason Mitchum to the inside into Indianapolis corner. Turn 2 as everybody seems to be through turn 2 pretty safely so far into turn 3 modeled after Milwaukee. You're going to see 3 or 4 different lines through here.
Wow. There's so many cars in 1 turn. It's a lot. I have a question, but we can go in. We can keep going, and I'm asking later about this question I have in my mind.
Are you wondering that we've had 39 IndyCars ever start at Pocono before?
Yes.
No, we have never had in the real world 39 IndyCars start at Pocono. It's always been no more than 33.
Wow. It could be crazy, dude. For sure.
There you see Trey Shadid underneath. Clindy looking at low line through 3, excuse me, coming to the turn 1. Turn 1's modeled after a racetrack that doesn't exist anymore. And see there, Shadid goes purple. Clindy goes purple. He ups it. Turn 1's modeled, or was modeled, after Trenton Speedway in New Jersey at the fairgrounds there. That track was demolished, I believe, in 81, 82. It was a staple on the IndyCar USAC Champ Car circuits. It was kind of an interesting shaped track. It was kind of shaped as a kidney bean. Think of Phoenix, but instead of a dogleg left, it's a dogleg right. And that was Trenton. So turn 1 was based after Trenton. Turn 2, Indianapolis. Turn 3, Milwaukee. This track was purpose-built for Indy cars, believe it or not.
Stephen Lee and Trey Charles T. Turn 3.
Charles Teed with that Dark Horse livery into the inside wall.
I think... Don't know.
Let's go back and watch here as Teed is in turn 2, coming off of turn 2 into the short chute to 3. And let's see what happens to one of the Dark Horse admins. Right in front of him is Murph. Also in front of him is Jacob. There's a car way. Look at the just everyone is ripping the top. That's Jacob Wilson ripping the top there. Stephen Lee cuts down underneath him. And oh, netcode contact. We might have to watch that again.
I don't.
Here is from Stephen Lee's point of view. He's going high. He's going to get a big run here off the corner. Watch Teed as he has a roll out of it, slides up, arrow wash. He give himself a little bit of a cushion, and, well, maybe not netcode. Just maybe wrong place, wrong time for Stephen Lee, who both Stephen and Charles are very experienced at these style racetracks, these big super speedways, and that is day done already for these two. Already 5 laps into this thing.
Thing is, Charles came for the first line, coming to the wall. He tried to avoid the wall, but Stephen Lee came from line 3, close, almost a little bit close to the wall, and came too fast, and that's why it's no reaction over there. It's hard to reaction that move. That's why it's happened. And we don't have a fast repair today.
No, the fast repairs are gone, yeah.
No spare car, actually. That's a proper word, maybe. They have a spare car in INDYCAR?
Yes, a lot of teams do carry a spare car. In the old days, it used to be called the T car. I believe the T stood for the testing car, the spare car. In kart, they often called them the X car. So you would see, if they ever pulled them out of the hauler, they would have, and they would see a number of cars coming to pit road in the back portion of the field. So they were going on an alternate strategy back there. But the T car or the X car, and the reason why they're called that is that when you see them actually on pit road, for instance, if you saw AJ Foyt's car back in the day, it would have the number 14 on it, right? Well, if it was his T car, it would say 14, and then small right next to the number 14, it would have a letter T. So it'll be the 14 T car. And so it's often the T car for testing, or the X car for maybe experimental and kart. But yeah, most teams always carried a second car. Now they're just called a second car. They don't call it a T car. They don't call it an X car. But often you'll hear a lot of old timers like myself at Indianapolis Motor Speedway when talking about, a team that has a lot of extra cars like a Ganassi, Andretti, Penske, and maybe that the field's not full, but you have a couple drivers hanging around the garage area with their helmets in hand, right? They're looking forward to get a ride in a T car, and that you'll hear people say, hey, so-and-so is going to climb into the T car and try to qualify. So that is kind of what the spare cars in IndyCar are kind of called, the T car or the X car.
So this is the question I'm going to. So they have a spare car. So what happens if you have an incident on pit, on whatever in the track? They cannot go into the spare car for sure.
Well, that is up for debate. I think we got another lap of caution here. We got a lot of long laps here for caution.
5 minutes.
Yeah. So at Indianapolis in '82, there was a wreck coming to the green flag, but the green flag was out. And the wreck took out, among others, Kevin Cogan on the front row. Kevin was the one that started it, and also took out Mario Andretti. They were unable, because of the rules, because the green came out, that they could not go and get their spare car. Now, okay, fast forward to 1996 in the US 500. Remember that? When the whole field wrecked coming to the green flag? But because the green was not out, CART says, oh, hey, all of you teams can go to your hauler and pull out the spare car, and we'll line up and go racing again. So that was I guess the loophole there, because the green was not out yet, or they haven't passed the start-finish line. Actually, there's just a loophole there, and that's how they were able to go get the spare car. But now that loophole doesn't exist anymore, because what happened at Indianapolis this year? McLaughlin crashed during the pace laps, right? And so the green wasn't out, but he wasn't allowed to go back and get a new car. Specifically, it more has to do with qualifying rules, and how the way the 500 does it, and technical specifications and what car is actually qualified, not. So they were not able to go to the hauler and pull out the spare car if they wanted to. So that's the new rule.
So Billy Bowe used the T car, Salazar car.
Yes.
To qualify for 2000.
Yes, he did. And I believe it still was a T car, yes.
Yes.
Getting ready to go green this time by Mason Mitchum is your leader. Coming to green at lap 8. Povolonis, Alexander, Trace Shadid, your top 5. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Here we go again on lap 8 here at Pocono. Whoa. Casey does a little bit of a fade up on Seb on the high side. Seb's going to get a big run. Here comes Clinty to the inside of Trace. Nope, can't quite make it by. Indy Kirkenbauer up 6 spots. Rick Ray Vaughn up 5 spots. Chris Stouffer up 4. What did I tell you to watch those guys, didn't I?
Yeah, we have to watch them. And I follow Stouffer, still stuck behind all the... Leon Sullivan is going for Raven in the turn 1 now. Kind of hard to make the pass in the inside, to be honest. It's just you need to defend it to position on the high line. The only way to pass is if you have a dirty air on your clean air and the guy on your outside, you have a dirty air on front. That's a good pass on there.
Clinty up high. You see the 2 different lines now. Seb in 3rd. They're going to try to work together. Those are cooperative teammates, although not actual teammates here in the league. Rogue has a couple different squads, but they are part of an associated team that also includes Mark Murphy, just went purple at 2:19.8. We'll go get the camera on Mark, who is working his way up through the field. Mark's up 4 spots. He's just following Stouffer right now. Oh, look at that car way up high. That is Liam O'Sullivan. He's trying to find a line around here. Here he goes to the inside of Rick. These are 2 drivers right here that are, as I call, analog drivers. Either they're fast or they're not going fast at all. They're on or they're off. There's no digital about these guys.
I'm really surprised to see Andrew Marquez over here in Votive. Former Lionheart winner. Yeah. Pretty strong guy on the Lionheart that time in the INDYCAR series. I don't know if it's the Speedway series, but he was in the INDYCAR.
Look at the car down low, and that is Joshua Osborne in the Larson livery. He grabbed too much of the apron, and well, I'm going to tell you, Josh, if you're still learning these Indy cars, when it comes to INDYCAR, apron might be good in stock cars, apron bad in Indy cars.
Oh, that's a lot. That's sometimes when you have a new tires. Well, he don't have a new tires, but when you have the tires like I can't do that, the car is going along by there. But he almost caught the grass on there.
Turner Johnson, a newcomer. Battling it out. Full engagements throughout the field. Here comes Osborne. He's going to get ready to take it a 3 wide through 3. He's going to get a launch down the front straight. He's just on the side pod of Logan Edwards. Right in front of Logan Edwards is Gary Lovern. Right behind that battle, that is Antonio Estrada. El Patron joining me on my IIS broadcast on Saturday. We had a full rain race at Portland on Saturday. Should check that out.
I saw it. That's pretty good.
Cody Cavaco going to the inside of Coker into Indianapolis here. Actually, that is Milwaukee, excuse me.
You know what? The best for these two guys is working together because they are 2.6 now. One lap ago, it was a 2.2. They losing time. If you want to coming back and stay for the group of Will Sters in the last one in the lead lap, in the lead cars, or lead group actually, they working together. That does make sense for Cody. Yeah, to make work over there and try to catch the group.
And Wags is checking in chat. What's up, Wags? And here comes Povolonis to the inside on Mason Mitchum. Joining them now in the battle for third is Clindy, set back to fourth. Kirkenbauer. So a lot of VRL team cars up there. Now, Clindy, even though I think he has VRL on the side, that's just sponsorship. He is with Rogue Racing. The two cars in front of him are with VRL, and Indy Kirkenbauer in fifth with the Votive Team Votive.
A lot of Team Scandias in one track, huh?
So Team Scandia, yeah, Team Scandia. How many cars they have? 7 in the 96 Indy 500.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, Osborne almost with Turner Johnson. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they need to put cars in the grid, so for sure. All the other ones, they went to the US 500 over there. So they need to put cars in the grid.
Lap 16. Yeah, lap 16 of 120. As we're watching this battle further on back. But yeah, teams. Whenever we joke about Team Scandia, yeah, just find a warm body, put it in the car, and make it part of your team. That's Team Scandia right there.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Who was that? Who do you want me to look at?
Stoffer. Again, same incident with Stephen Lee and Charles Steed when he went to the low side and then Stephen Lee came for the high side. Same for Stoffer. Stoffer went for the line where you make the exit too fast, and Raybon came slow.
Yep.
Almost.
And Rick just slammed the door on him, but just Rick was taking his normal line.
That is a good reaction there.
Top 17 pretty much in this group right here. Last two hanging on to the backside is Will Van Stearns and Ty Quilla, who is our defending race champion. Right in front of Ty Quilla is his teammate, Jacob Collins. And right in front of them is Murphy, Stouffer, and Ray Vaughn. Anna Klimek also back here in the Oh Dear car. Here we see the... Now, I would not want to be painted like a deer in this particular part of the United States. This is fertile hunting grounds for deers. Right in front of Anna is Velocity Online Racing Series driver, Liam O'Sullivan. Multiple wins, a couple near championships over there for him. And then Marquez has worked his way up into the top 10, or still into the top 10. He's down 5 spots. Kirkenbauer is the biggest gainer right now. He's up 6th as he's in 6th spot, taking a peek to the inside. We are caution on the racetrack. Joshua, who are we? Vitor Guilherme. I just saw a couple cars. I think they got on the brakes and fell through the order really quick, and I thought it was Josh. Sorry, Josh. It was not Josh, but here we go. We watch racing with Haisong in, the Bluey car. Ooh. And that corner was blueyed.
You know what? I'll let you later. Kind of weird perspective. You can think about it. Who have the bad reaction over there?
Here we see from Haisong's point of view in the Bluey car down the front straight. I think he gets a good run here, and I think he does a send. And I think the send he was doing it here Let me see here. It was a lot like what Pinero was doing. Yeah, pop out in the last second, just get in there. And, yeah, I think he was taking a gamble that Vitor would not come down and just let him go. And Vitor did not anticipate the late send there. Because let's go back and watch this at full speed. There's not a lot of time to act here. And then we're going to see everybody come to pit road. Let's watch it again. Yep.
Oh, Raybon is out. Raybon is out. Raybon is down.
Oh, Rick Ravon is falling through the order. Jacob Collins falling through the order. We had two DCs at the same time. Hopefully this is not a problem with iRacing.
Jacob is not here.
Jacob Collins is out too, yeah.
Oh.
Everybody coming to pit road.
Well, about the incident, it's weird because if you're going in the behind of Jeff stayed in his line, and Vitor went down. But if you see in the point of view on Vitor, Vitor went down, but looked like Jeff waited for put the car down. So it's kind of like and also it's a net cost for sure. So I think it's a race deal. I think so. Vitor waited he went too early to make the turn on turn 1. And Jacob is out, but Raven came back. Wait, where is he? He was here. I see him. Yeah, it is. So yeah, Collins is out for DC.
That is very unfortunate. So let's take a look. Go ahead. I mean, under caution, maybe he can get back quickly, yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's connected now, so maybe they can lose a lap.
He will. He will lose a lap, and that will be it, unfortunately. Or fortunately, sorry. I don't want to say that, unfortunately. That will be the only time he going to lose. But we do have some cars that went to pit road. The top 11 have stayed out. Top 10 have stayed out. Clendy, Trey Shadid, Liam O'Sullivan, Rick Ravon, Mark Murphy, Ty Quilla, Will Stearns, Hugo Gallis, Cody Cavaco, Josh Osborne. The interesting thing in that group of drivers right there, Lewis, is a lot of them are the Rogue Racing squad. So I think they decided that they're going to stay out. A couple of the Rogue Racing guys did split the strategy. Antonio Estrada there in 12th. He came in on lap 6 along with Logan Edwards and Pahutsky. They picked up some track position just by staying out on the second caution. But everyone from Mason Mitchum on down, so 14th all the way down to 36th and 37th, pitted on lap 21. So we'll see how we anticipate that they were going to have to probably get to be lap 50 or so, lap 80. Lap 110, they're going to be a little short if they so they're going to have an extra stop still to get to the end. So it's probably a good strategy for these guys in the top 10 that stayed out just to stay out, because right now the numbers say if you came to pit road, you're still going to have another stop at the end of the race really close to the end.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know what, I really worry about the people don't know how to race with the old tires over here and coming this old guy with new tires guy on front to him. That's a kind of tricky and maybe a hard decision to stay out. So all of these guys, for example, Clendy, Chadid, Sullivan, Raven, Murphy, Quilla, knows how to race in with old tire. We race here in the Fixer Series.
Well, and remember, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. You mentioned that. This is the third race we've done here this week. It was Championship Monday in the ISRA. A lot of these guys were in the ISRA on that Monday race. Tuesday, the Indy Oval Series, which is the official iRacing, one of the official iRacing INDYCAR series. We had our Tuesday top split, so these guys have been, Pocono's been on the schedule all week long. So a lot of these guys have raced at Pocono, 5, 6, 7 times already this week. And now we're going to wrap up the week here on Sunday night with another Pocono race. So some of these guys, Glendy, Trace, Rick, Mark, Ty, some of these guys have been here. This might be their, they've probably been racing a dozen times here at this racetrack already this week. And this is the third this is the third race we've televised.
Yeah, it looked like the Indianapolis week where you have a leagues, iRacing, Indy 500, and Fixed Series. It's like that's a lot.
Ooh. Will Stearns and Hugo Gallas getting a little argy-bargy down the Long Pond Straight.
I saw a win too. Oh yeah, but oops, yeah.
Osborne's flirting with disaster. He went right down to the rumble strips again. You can do that, but I just don't advise it. I don't advise it. We have a saying here, is apron bad, but he is working the low side.
I think the apron is good in a DW12 actually. Oh, nice! Tony Estrada made the pass of Joshua for an inside.
And slams the door, but Osborne goes to the inside in Indianapolis, and he's not going to be able to get there. Antonio Estrada slams the door. Move El Patron up at a spot. He's up 27 spots just by staying out and that early pit stop. But here comes the bottom line coming in again for Osborne, and he gets the position back.
I think so. Joshua sees something over there can work. It works good, actually.
I think he's going to wear his tires out by running down that low. I think, I don't know. He could do that right now with new tires. Liam O'Sullivan, an attack to the inside on Glendy going into turn 2. Smooth Sullivan into the lead at the moment.
Actually, Osborne have a 25. So that's the kind of surprise how he's doing that stuff.
Yeah, he's up 22 spots. Tony Estrada up 26. Hugo Gallas up 18. Cavaco up 23 wide down the main straight. Look at these three. That's Ty Quilla. That's Rick Ray Vaughn. That's Murphy. And they're right in front of him, 3 wide, just like an old-fashioned start here back in the USAC days. It's traced it into the inside. Liam O'Sullivan in the middle. Now Here comes Glendy all the way down from the outside to the inside.
And take the lead on turn 2. That's nice pass. And look at that on the back. Murphy on Raven.
Mark Murphy up 14 spots.
Looks like the fight to go. Oh, we have a contact. And Ty Quillas, I'm sorry. And make the pass. I don't think the tires degradation is really big over here because we have in the weather condition 112 Fahrenheit on track. Look like almost the same with the Fixed Series we saw last Tuesday, but it's not really that issue because we could see, for example, Tony Estrada in front. But it's still stuck in. Oh my God! I have almost in the wall Osborne, and also Estrada too. So it's not. They still cannot make the pass with this guy with all tires. And caution.
Stouffer.
Oh no! And Michael Newcomer.
That one's already, here we go. Stouffer has...
he lose. He lose the car by himself.
He goes into the corner, turns down, and the back end comes around, and Newcomer has no place to go. Did possibly Stouffer smack the wall coming out of 3? Let's go back a little bit further and see maybe there was damage. Yes, that's exactly what happened. As we go back a little bit further, let's go investigate what happened here. He goes into turn 3 beneath Cat here, and this is a rare Pocono mistake here for Stouffer, and you're going to watch him right in the front of your picture, right here. kapow, right into the wall, and that is a damaged car. And right now, he is trying to fill this car out. Look at Anna giving him room. Look at Marquez giving him room. He's trying to fill this car out to see if he's damaged. And he's going to barrel into one, thinking that, okay, I'm tracking straight. I think I'm all right. I'm doing okay, and I'm going to go into turn one here. And as soon as I turn the wheel, the back end just unloads, and that is a damaged race car that is spinning out. And unfortunately, newcomer, someone that we've seen in some top split races on the channel here before, just unfortunately a victim here of circumstance. Let's ride with newcomer. Let's watch from his point of view. This happened so quickly. Like, oh no! And also, you're at a point in the turn where you just can't crank the wheel to go any lower. Your car is kind of committed to that line. And that is day done. And we are back under caution.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. So, he have a contact with Durazo because Stoffel went to the wall. And then the back wing was damage. Yeah, the back wing have a damage.
Well, that would make sense. If the back wing's damaged, that would explain why the front end turned so quickly. Is that he had the instant oversteer, and that's because there was no downforce on the rear as we watch everybody on pit road.
They went long to small. Yeah. Kind of weird damage.
And so we're on different strategies now. Everybody that actually Trey Shadid has decided that he's going to stay out. We're getting a car that Jacob Collins is getting his lap back after his DC. He is back on the lead lap there, LGN.
That's pretty good for him. And
he might be able to hustle it around and get the pit road and get service done.
Oh, so we have a lucky dog in this
yeah.
All that.
No, he's going to stay out.
Oh, that's good. Well, he can come in actually, and he for sure is going to have a black flag for drop to the end.
He would have to go to the end of the line, but I mean, he's at the end of the line anyways. Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we've had an interesting race to start here. If you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series coming to you from Pocono. We've now completed 30 of 120 laps. We're a quarter of the way through this thing. If you are enjoying tonight's coverage, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you'll miss out on the next race, including our coverage of the INDYCAR Oval Series Monday night. The INDYCAR Open Series Monday night top split. Stream starts at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Two of the guys that are in the lineup will be calling the action for you. It will be this guy, Mark Murphy, and the 69 red, white, and blue car, and Jacob Collins, the guy you saw getting the wave around there. He is in the plain white wrapper. Catch some of the best IR18 racers on the entire iRacing service as they take on Phillip Island circuits. If you like IndyCar racing, it's a good chance you do because you're watching it right now. Make sure you make P1 your home on Monday nights for the INDYCAR Open Series top split, 8 p.m. Eastern at Phillip Island. And here we see Jacob Collins coming to pit road. He is going to get that service, so no harm, no foul for the DC. Very lucky.
Yeah, especially with this track, you have almost 6 minutes on pace. You can, you can at least have a 1 DC and come back 1 lap down. Because if it could be maybe Atlanta or maybe Milwaukee, it would be game over maybe. Depending how many yellow we have in the race for sure.
We're going to reset the field here for you and also let you know that Trey Shadid has not pitted at all. So he is staying on strategy. He's banking for another pit stop. Also, keep in mind where he is physically on the racetrack. Let's say he has another 10 laps, another 15 laps of fuel with his cautions that we have. he could, if he stays up front, he could pit from the lead and not lose a lap here and be on an entirely different strategy than everyone else. So watch him. I think he does not want the caution to come out. That's just me personally. We're getting ready to go green. It's Trey Shadid, Logan Edwards, Edson Santos, former winner here, Seb Alexander, Mason Mitchum, your top 5. Logan pitted at lap 6. Santos and Alexander and Mitchum last on 21. So different strategies all spread throughout this field. Trey Shadid, one of our top split regulars from our Tuesday broadcast, is your leader. Logan Edwards, also one of those regulars. In second spot, Edson Santos, one of the career wins leaders here in Votive, trying to run him down.
I think Kovaco will have a damage. He lose a... No, he's okay. But yeah, it's a lot of cars in the middle of the pack. Try to make the pass. I know, like, a desperate to make the pass is really difficult when you have over the 30 cars in the grid, and you try to make the move and try to pass, especially in the middle on the pack. It's really stressful. Actually, that's the word.
Watching, it's hard to take our eyes off of Osborne. He has been very aggressive on the moves. He's been making very quick moves on the racetrack too. But it's his way through. Peterson into the wall in the short chute. I think he's okay. Osborne, but has been very aggressive through turn 3 here. Watch him again off of 4 as he's following some of the Rogue Racing teammates of Cavaco and Estrada. And he's going to get a big run. He's going to take a peek to the inside now. There, look at Clindy giving a little bit of a draft help to Antonio. I would have thought, though, that maybe Cody would have popped down, but he did not. Here comes Marquez. Marquez, slides up in front of Cavaco. Oh, that was a painful slide. Marquez, though, still keeping it straight in 24th position. Here's Hunter Ingrave and Adam May. Ingrave had to start from the rear of the field due to a penalty. Here comes Jacob Collins and this last group of 5, last group of 6. Meanwhile, back up front, Trey Shadid still your leader. And, Logan Edwards has no incentive to pass him. He doesn't.
I guess, let's see.
I mean, just sit back there and save fuel. I mean, you know that Trace has got a pit here soon. So get behind him and save fuel, because Logan is the next car to pit. So make your stint as long as possible, because he's the only one on that strategy of people that pitted at lap 6. So I would say, if I'm Logan, I have zero incentive to pass Trace.
I should be stayed back on the Santos to maybe save a little more fuel, because for sure, like I just said, it's coming soon. Shadid, maybe couple laps, and Estrada complaining for something, and let you know what. But yeah, for sure, it makes sense. Oof. Again, on turn 3, little bit touch. That's the touch happened with Stoffer. But lucky on the Strada, they don't have a damage, because
okay. Osborne kind of sends it, and he washes up. Yeah, he gives a little bit of a love tap to Antonio. Yeah,
pit Trey Shadid now.
All right, Trey Shadid in the pits. We knew it was going to be soon. I didn't know how soon, so I kind of overestimated. But he is pitting now here on lap 38. So this will get him to, and he's pitting for the lead too. So 38, let's say he goes another 30, that gets him to 68, and he goes another 30 from there. 98, and that gets him home at 100.
Smart old
Yeah.
Logan.
And Logan stays
Logan
out.
Edwards,
Yeah, he lets
past,
he lets Edson go. He just lets Edson go.
Yeah.
And we're going to see here in a second, Trace is going to come out in front of that group as he's coming up to speed, so he does not lose a lap, but he needs the hustle. So the next car to pit will be the car second in the order as they're coming off the corner 3 wide. Go back to Dan Durazo, the Cat, racing Povolonis, and also Seb Alexander in that black, gold, and orange car. As that is your top 6 right there in your picture. Kirkenbauer now to the lead as Kirkenbauer decides he wants to go lead this thing. Again, these group of cars right here, lap 21. The next group of cars, the leader of that group is back at 11th spot. That's Liam O'Sullivan right there. They all pitted on lap 30, so they have 8 laps better mileage in tires than they're racing around everybody right now as these 2 strategies converge right at this point. Down the front straightaway. So I got some IndyCar facts for you here at POCONO. And some of the stuff that you've heard about already. But between USAC Kart and IndyCar, the series has raced here 27 times. It raced here consecutively from 1971 to 1989 and again from 2013 to 2019. Every single race, unless it was rain shortened, was a 500-mile race, making POCONO the track with the second most 500-mile races in IndyCar history. You may have thought that was Michigan. But that is not the case. Michigan has more overall races, but Michigan has only 22 500-mile races. POCONO is the only track in IndyCar history, other than Indianapolis, to have every single race held here as a 500-mile race. So there's not been a 400-mile race or a 300-mile race here in IndyCar history. Every single IndyCar race here was a 500-miler, and every single race period was a 500-miler, if that makes any sense to you. So someone might be saying out there, but hey, Gary, Auto Club had all 500-mile races for kart, and that's true, but that was for kart, not for IndyCar. Anyways, so there you go. There was 109 Indy 500s, of course. There were 27 POCONO 500s, 22 Michigan 500s, 11 Ontario 500s, known as the time probably more likely the California 500, and then also the continuation of the California 500 at Auto Club, and there was 10 of those there. That is the... believe it or not, 500-mile races are pretty rare in IndyCar history, so that is why everyone is so... when you typically win a 500-mile race, that is a big deal. Career wins leaders here in IndyCar history. A.J. Foyt has 4. Rick Mears has 3. You all also know has 3. And I know you know who has 3. I've told you this answer, but go ahead and say who has 3. Lewis.
Don't know, man.
He won today. He won today.
Oh, Will Power, really?
Will Power has 3 Indy, not Indy, not Daytona, 3 POCONO 500 wins here. Yes, he has 4 500-mile race wins.
IndyCar, no in IndyCar?
It was all in IndyCar. Yeah, it was during the period from 2013 to 19. He got all 3 of his wins there. Oh, A.J. Hobson going to the inside here in Indianapolis. Whoa! He slides up right behind Mason and right in front of Liam. And these guys, they're 23-lap old tires, with the exception of Liam. Liam's on 14-lap old tires. So these guys on this other strategy, Logan Edwards on pit road, scheduled stop.
You know what? You wanna make I wanna tell something. So it wasn't my job this week, and my chef says something, and they asking me for something. I was like, oh, I know the answer, but I don't want to say the answer, a stupid answer. And I said whatever. And looked like I said, you remember, I have a flashback.
Oh, sorry. A.J. Hobson, Liam O'Sullivan in turn 2.
It's okay. So I have I have a flashback on the college school where they asking something, but you don't know if the right answer is good or is bad. So that's why it's like So yeah, don't worry, Wagner. Mariwata texted me on chat and also in the game chat about the laws with power.
Yeah, Will Power, race win wise and 500 races history, that's spread between all tracks. He has, I think he has the third or fourth most amount 500-mile race wins in IndyCar history. And you would think it'd be someone like, you know, up there would be Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon only has two 500-mile race wins, Scott does. He has one here at Pocono and one at Indianapolis. That's it. And speaking of today, in case, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the IndyCar race here today, Will Power won at Portland, giving him his 45th, I think, career win in IndyCar history. That's his fourth all time. And it also ties him for the career lead of wins at Portland, with 3 tying him with Al Unser Jr. and Michael Andretti. And this is a guy that's going to lose his seat. And doesn't make sense to me.
Well, we have to see. You know, everything is changed. At some point, nope, it's gonna stay. So you say he won in Pocono 3 times.
Yes.
He won Fontana 500.
Yep. And 2018 Indy 500. Yep, 2018 Indy 500.
And what about Michigan? No, you know what?
Nope.
No, he was in Michigan too.
No, there's never been in modern IndyCar. Caution, and it is Joshua Osborne this time.
Oh, now there's a big crash actually. Yeah.
And what happens? This comes out to the wall. Oh, and yeah, he get kind of a different line through too, giving him a very early exit and a greeting with the wall, and just him. And Coker's like, whoa. Well, this is interesting now. Okay. So all these guys that are up at the front now, they are going to come to pit road. Liam O'Sullivan, he has an option. He doesn't have to. In fact, everybody that came in a lap 30, they don't really have to either. If they do, chances are this brings Trace Shadid all the way forward. I don't think Trace is going to stop again. I think he'll just move forward. We'll see. Him and Logan Edwards, I mean, they just stopped. Logan's only, let's see, 4 laps into his stint, so I doubt Logan stops. I think Logan and Trace might cycle to the front. I would. I think I would stay out if I was those two.
Yeah, I thinking about the willpower. How many 500 winners? It's a lot. That's a lot. I'm getting old, and it's still around.
Yeah, no, so there was never an IRL IndyCar Series 500-mile race at Michigan. It was always 400 miles. So the Triple Crown for IndyCar IRL was here, Indianapolis, and Auto Club. Mm-hmm. And there we see cars coming off of pit road. That is being led by Seb Alexander. He is the first of that next group off of pit road. Yeah, the top 5 all-time IndyCar 500-mile race winners are AJ Foyt. He has 9. 4 here, 4 at Indianapolis, and 1 at Ontario. Then it's Al Sr., Rick Mears, each with 8. Bobby Unser has 7. And the interesting thing is, after Bobby Unser, the next is Will Power. He has the 3 here, and 1 at Indianapolis, and 1 at Auto Club. So he has 5. Maybe I said 4, but he has 5. So he has 5 500-mile race wins, ranking him, let's see, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th all time in IndyCar history. Logan Edwards coming to pit road. And these are stats that actually I kept. I did not chat GPT or any of that stuff. I've been keeping these stats on my own. I'll occasionally be thinking of things, and I'm like, I wonder, and I'll go start looking stuff up and research it. I wonder about this. Also on pit road is Hunter Ingrev. He is hitting his spot. Here comes Clindy. Clindy also coming in for a bit of a top-off. That's interesting. So Clindy doing the math, and he's going to come out slow. Okay. They're waiting for pit road exit to open there. That's what they're waiting for. That's what that little hesitation was.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's open.
Yeah. So if they were to pass with the and this is gonna you really don't see this a lot unless you're like in stock car racing, because the fields are bigger. You don't really see it in IndyCar racing because we're in smaller fields. But since Votive does so well at putting out large fields, you have to watch that sign there at the end of pit road or in your heads-up display, and it'll tell you that you can go. If you go out with a closed exit, you will get a penalty.
Yeah, I saw to end, actually. Yeah.
All right, let's reset the field here as we are lap 50 of 120. We're quickly coming up to, we've just passed the 100-mile mark at lap 40, and we're getting ready to go green this time by Mason Mitchum, who's done a lot of his racing up at the front today. He is your leader. Liam O'Sullivan is second. Liam up 9 spots. Rick Ray Vaughn is third, up 13 spots. Mark Murphy's been kind of following him on through. He's up 14, and Ty Quilla up 8. That is your top 5 going green this time now. Here we go, and we are green back again here at Pocono. Down the long pond. Oh, Mitchum's going to throw a little bit of a block, and Rick's going to have a run in the middle, and he's going to go 3 wide into the corner, and he's going to come out on the other side as your leader. That's a pretty bold run. We got a car in the wall in the backstretch. Car in the wall in the backstretch. Or on the long pond. Or actually, that's the short shoot, and that is Pahutsky's one of them. Eric Anderson is another one. And I think Jacob Collins might be one of them as well. And there we see, Wilson gets into Eric. Eric takes out Pahutsky, and they hit Jacob Collins so hard he just disappears.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what I'm looking for the third one.
And once again, a dangerous turn 2 takes out 3 cars. Wow.
Yeah, I think so. Let's. I hear somebody said that let's calm down and think. So, Jacob went too high for me, and that's everything happened. When you going too high and then you have a side by side with Eric in there, that's what happened. So that's unfortunate.
Okay, so interesting. Now, do the guys that stay out? The guys that stayed out was Rick and Mason and Liam, Mark, Ty, Tony, Will, Mark, Andrew Marquez, Cody,
Ice.
Hugo, Trace, Do they come in? Trace is on a slightly different strategy. He's 15 laps into a stint. Everybody else in that group of cars, and here they come. And we're going to get split strategies. Oh, we almost had a meeting of the minds right at the gore point as Murph pump fakes, and he decides he's not going to go, while other ones cane the pit road. Watch that. Watch this again, Murph. Like, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to stay out. 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 And then I'm going to go in. Here we go. And wow, pump fake. Ty Quilla almost greets the back end of Mark Murphy's car.
I stay out for sure. It makes sense with this space to save it, fuel. I think trade. I don't know. Trade still need to maybe one more stop and a half. But the other ones with 4 stops, they already can go with one more stop with this caution. They are easy to go.
Of course, we got a lot of this time under caution. Give everybody a reminder that in December, P1 Broadcasting becomes the primetime home for Today at the Brickyard, sponsored by Oil and Gas Safety Supply, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for INDYCAR will be right here on P1 and also the Elite Racing Network. And I'll be right here at the December of 2025. So stay here, stay locked in. Countdown is on. Pucker up. Don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. We will see you in December as we commence practice for the PRI Hoosier 500 later in December. Yep. Going to be a big, big December. A Triple Crown level race for the community coming up. The INDYCAR track record here, by the way, is held by Juan Pablo Montoya, set back in 2014. In those DW12 cars with a speed of 223.8. I think he won that race, and then the next year he won his Indy 500. So he's got, I think he has 3 500-mile race wins to his credit. He has 4. We'll double check that. He got two Indies. He got one here, and I think he has one at Michigan. I think he also has 4 wins too. Yeah. So he'll be just behind Will Power. Danny Sullivan, Al Jr., Bobby Unser, they all have 2 wins here in the 500. Uncle Bobby, his wins were when he raced under USAC and CART. And the furthest back to ever win a 500-mile race here is Scott Dixon in 17th position. And that's really to nobody's surprise. That's like Scott Dixon's MO. Right now, your leader started in 15th. That's Rick Ravon. That's no surprise there. That's his MO. Mark Murphy, he's up 15 spots. Tony Estrada up 33. Yeah. He might as well have started at the back of the pack at Indianapolis.
Yeah, you're right. He won in Michigan, Indy. But things Pocono. Yeah, one Pocono.
Yeah, one Pocono and 1 2 Indy and 1 at Michigan. That's right.
Uh-huh.
And Rick brings him to a green flag very slowly, but that's probably the right call as we are back underway here at lap 56 as the field starts to stretch its way out in the turn 1. It is Ravon, O'Sullivan, Murph, Quilla, and Antonio Estrada, your top 5. Still a lot of racing to go coming up to the halfway point. And here comes Liam O'Sullivan and Murphy to the middle. 3 wide into Indianapolis. Whoa!
That's a nice move. Man, these guys are playing looking like at 5 laps to go, but they still have a 65. Yeah. It's really interesting the two strategy we have here in the actually not three. We have not two, it's three, included with Chadid by itself. How it's gonna be on the end? We have if we continue with the green flag race, as always, when you figure out, oops, you have to save a fuel, and then POCONO is not saving fuel here for sure. You can save it, but not like, for example, in Indianapolis, you can save a little bit. You can stay in there for 3 or 4 laps, but then here in POCONO is like a kind of, it's difficult, but not impossible.
There's a number of pit stops that everyone's at. Some people have hit pit road quite a handful of times. Hunter Ingrave started the race from pit road. He's hit pit road 7 times, but I think he keeps dipping in there and topping off, which might not be a bad idea. Logan Edwards, I think, also has 5 stops as well. But here are your stint counts, your stint time. So there you see your different strategies on the racetrack. And if we look here, there you see everybody kind of in the same boat here. And then you see Trace all by himself. And then everybody from Indy on down kind of in a different class. High-Song is in a bit of a different one as we cycle through the bottom portion of the order. There's some different ones down at the bottom. But as you see, it's basically pretty clear. You got on the 29, Tracy Did's in a group by himself, and then we have everyone else kind of in this 9 or less neighborhood. Checking in chat, driver number 4 says the lack of continuity at Penske is what may cause Will to lose his ride. Tim Cindric would have given him a new deal by now. Well, that's my argument for that. He should at least be given another year or 2 there because of the interruption of the leadership. He has by far been the best performer all season with the change in leadership there and got the win today, which is something that nobody else on his team has been able to do. I think with the cards that he's been dealt, which is pretty, a crap situation as Murphy is the leader now. Here comes Liam to the inside. I think the cards he has warrants a play, and let's see if Penske raises him or if he can win his hand. Say, hey, man, just, give me another year, give me another 2 years. Because you're right. I think that all of the change at Penske, certainly over the last 2 seasons, has been highly disruptive to him, and he's been really the only one to get the wins, really.
Oh wait, Will's coming to the pit now. Yes. Means you need to one more stop.
Yeah, trying to get the camera on Will Stearns, but we got 20, 30 cars out there. He falls through the order pretty quick. So Will Van Stearns in the 5150 paint job coming to pit road right now. This will get him to into the 90s, and then in one more stop after that, we'll get him home. Oh, it might be close. We'll see. He's down and away.
They cannot put him down because he lost the championship last year. It's not his fault. Actually, it's a mechanical stuff, or maybe something happened.
Yeah, I mean, he went into the final race of the season. He went into the final race of the season last year with a chance at the championship. I mean, it just seems ludicrous to me that. Because I think if you put Malukas in his seat, it's at best, it's a lateral change. At best. I think if you put Malukas in his seat, you're taking a step down, but you're playing the long game, hoping in 3 or 4 years that Malukas starts winning and becomes a really good driver. So I don't know. I think Malukas is good. I think he needs more seasoning. And really, as I was saying before we were going on the air with you, Lewis, I was like, Penske, if you want him, pay his contract and keep him at Foyt. And then if in the next 2 years that he gets 2 years of season himself at Foyt and stability at a team, which he hasn't really had in the last couple of years until this year, you give him that 3 years stability at 4 years stability at a team, and then you think about getting rid of Will after 2 more years. Then that makes a little bit more sense to me.
Good thing about INDYCAR. Rick Raven almost on the wall. Good thing about INDYCAR is at least leave the people stay and maybe give it a contract that still stuck in the contract. Not
Well,
like
and I don't want to see.
Oh, we're gonna put this.
I don't want to see what happened to Castro Neves. And there's on the outside as Rayvon's coming to pit road, and this is scheduled stops for all those leaders. I don't want to see what happened to Castro Neves with these guys, where you come and and Castro Neves in his last year got a win. He won at Iowa in his last year, and then the next year after that, he became an Indy-only guy. And granted, yeah, he got his Indy 500, and he became a regular driver for a little bit longer, and then he's finally now back to being an Indy-only guy. I don't think that Will Power deserves to be an Indy-only guy and driving for Dreyer and Reinbold or Cusick Motorsports or if those guys become full-time teams, then yeah, maybe, but I don't think he deserves to be an Indy-only driver. As Murph's coming to pit road, right behind him is also, I believe that's Ty Quilla coming to pit road.
Also to Cobarco and Galas. There's a lot about discussing there. To be honest, we don't know what's happening inside. Even with the schedule, I know I show you one schedule is like maybe it's fake, maybe it's true. But we kind of things we hear about round could be kind of 50-50. Could be like that. I hope Homestead's come back. I hope Milwaukee's come back. I hope Toronto's still around. But what I hear is should be coming on August. That's what I hear. But it's still confirmed for next year. But who knows? But yeah, it's a lot of things could be happening. Who knows? We still have a 2 to go. So maybe it could be Will Power win the last 2 and slapping the Penske face and said, "Hey, I still got it." So I don't know.
Watching this battle between A.J. Hobson and Gary Lovern. They are expected to, actually the next car coming to pit road is now going to be, going to cycle through to our leader. That is Trace Shadid. Trace is now 31 laps into his stint. He last pitted on lap 38. So he is due right on time. Probably in the next 4 to 5 laps at best with all the caution that we've had. And then right behind him is Indy Kirkenbauer in second. Now Indy started this last 2 races of the season here. He's been on the podium. Now Kirkenbauer finished the first race of this season at Kentucky. Kirkenbauer finished in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Oh, there's the finish column. Has it hidden deep into the document. Kirkenbauer then finished. I don't think he was at the race at Atlanta. I don't see him in the lineup there, but I think he was on the podium. No, he wasn't. I'm thinking. I must be thinking of Dark Horse. I'm thinking of Dark Horse. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just only raced in Kentucky and
Yeah, he finished on the podium there. So yeah, my mistake. I got to see these Sunday leagues running together now. Of course, we got 2 leagues that run concurrently on Sundays. Excuse me, Sunday. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge. But yeah, Dark Horse also runs on Sundays when and here comes as we expected, Trey Shadid to pit road. He's coming in after 33 laps on this stint. The Dark Horse Racing Series runs the DW12, by the way. Go ahead. You'll need 2 more stops.
No, I need 1 more stop for Shadid. Maybe you can put cut in half this thing and make a faster. Maybe you can put less fuel now to do that 24 laps and then 25 to the end.
Oh, so split the stint.
To the end. Yeah, that's always do it. So I don't know, maybe have a different idea. But always the idea is have a short stop in pit. But I guess he didn't because he did 9.3 on the box. So maybe he gonna go full to make maybe 18 to go to come into the pit.
So everybody now in the lead pack, and that's going to be Seb Alexander, Andy Kirkenbauer, Edson Santos, Gary Lovern, Durazo. The top 5 there, they're all on the same strategy. Then Hobson also on the same strategy. They all 23 laps ago. The different driver in this group is this guy right here, Clindy, your defending series champion. He's 19 laps into his stint. So he's going to go a little bit longer and maybe try to make it a final stop.
So he could be go 11. The missing is so 11 to go. He need to 11 more laps. 36. I think it's still short for 3 laps maybe, or 3 or 4 laps. Because I counted if he save fuel, he can good. So what he need to save it, maybe that 3 or 4 laps in there.
I think that's kind of what he's. Well, I don't know what he's trying to do right now, but if we're talking about Clindy, he's popped out now on Santos. He's going to go to the inside through turn 2, and he's going to get right to the attenuator of Indy Kirkenbauer. But your leader is now Seb Alexander. Gary Lovern now up to 5th. Durazo. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this through turns 3. 3 different lines these guys doing right now. It's Durazo, Lovern, Hobson. Povolona's your pole sitter. Back to 8th. Peterson 9th. Anna Klimek. Watch Anna. P10. Well, right now, if Seb wins, that's a new winner. Andy Kirkenbauer wins, it's a new winner. Edson Santos wins, a new winner. Durazo, a new winner. Gary Lovern, a new winner. Hobson, Povolona's, Peterson, Klimek. Anybody but Clindy in that group, and we go 4 for 4. Woo, that was close on exit.
That was very close.
And now your leader is Clindy.
You know what? They're gonna start to working together to go away.
I wouldn't have doubted them. I mean, they are associated teammates. They're not part of the same squad, but they are part of the kind of the Indy Alliance, Satellite Racing, Rogue Racing cooperative.
To do that is you burn a lot of fuel, and yeah. Oh no, Jacob Collins again. He's out.
What a run. Look at this run Seb gets down the front straight. He is now going to be your leader.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking for somebody. Somebody dropped down. I don't know who. I thought it was Colin, but Colin's already.
Casey Pahutsky's down there. Eric Anderson's down there. Joshua Osborne's down there.
I saw somebody drop down, but I don't know who. Anyway.
Okay. Dinsdale is in 30th right now. Will Stearns 29th. Dinsdale 1 lap down. The only car 1 lap down. Everybody else from Stearns on up in 29th spot is on the lead lap as you're racing and riding with Seb Alexander over his helmet on the roll bar. Drops a gear, goes down to the yellow line, comes out high, right out to the wall there, down the Long Pond straightaway. And then he sets up for what is modeled after a turn at Indianapolis. Gets down just to the yellow line, lets the car float up. Car gets really light there. It's really tough to explain. Car feels like it kind of dances through there. Now coming through a very flat, not a banked turn 3. He's going to the bottom while the car behind him. We'll watch that. Here comes Clindy. Clindy was using a different line to get the clean air on those front wings. Here comes Clindy. And we got the Clindy cam going. Now back down the Long Pond straight. Seb will get the run here. Seb. And watch the different line through turn 3. This is to get clean air on the front wing. Although, I thought Clindy, here, Clindy goes high. Look at the different lines behind him. 3 different lines for those next 3 cars. Low, middle, high. We'll continue to watch from the Robbie Gordon cam.
So the only chance that these guys stay, for example, Santos, Dorazo, Lovner, Provolone over there, Provolone, sorry, is Indy stay in there and don't make a mistake in the turn. So now they start to pull away for 0.7.
Yeah, let's give you instead of intervals, let's give you gap information here. So Indy is a half second, believe it. I mean, that's what it is. It doesn't look very far, but he is 0.5 of a second behind the battle in front of him, which is engaged at the front. It is Clindy and Alexander. They are 1 and 2, and they're trying to pull away from that red, blue. That gray, white, and blue VRL sponsored Dallara. And right above him in the turn 2 or turn 1 is Edson Santos. Bringing with him is the Cat. That is Durazo. Gary Lovren still hanging tough. Very, very patient in P6. Povolonis back in 7th. Eric Peterson 8th. Hobson 9th. And Derek McCorn. We have not talked about this guy at all. He is in a green car, and he is throwing luck to the wind as he has now worked his way up in the 10th spot. And he's going to get a pass on the high side as we got a lot of people coming to pit road all together.
Oh, yes. And all save. It look like it's gonna take a penalty, but all save. They still short for 6 or 7 laps.
And they are all doing 33 laps again on this stint, so they went as far as they could have gone. Clindy pitted last 29 laps ago on lap 55. Seb Alexander on 34 laps ago. So 5 laps difference between these two guys here in the front. Indy Kirkenbauer pitted on lap 50 as well, same as Seb. Derek McCorn at 54. He might actually join Clindy first and second for a couple of laps because they have about 5 to 6 laps respectively. Slightly better fuel than everyone else. More coming to pit road. High Song coming off of pit road. Jacob Wilson coming off of pit road.
Steph Alexander also too.
Webb Alexander on the pit road.
He maybe can go.
He did.
Maybe. Because
He did 30.
35.
He did 35 this time. So if I take my calculator, I don't see it here. 87 plus 35 because he's going to cross the start-finish line. That's 122. This is it. He can make it. But he might have to. He might not be able to do full chat, but he can make it.
And Glendy, if you do 2 more laps, he can go easily to the end without saving fuel because he's still thinking about it. Maybe you need to save something. So that's why it's
Black
like
flag, Indy Kirkenbauer.
Oh no.
Speeding on pit road for the Prodigy, unfortunately. So that's going to put him with a 40-second hold and probably drop him out of the order here.
Oh my god. He entered 60. Oh, 63. Maybe he forgot to. Oh, that's. You know what the problem is? It's maybe happened to you. You think you are in the pit limit, and at some point you have to make the duck clutch in the like a duck push in the brake, and it's not enough. That's what happened with Indy.
Well, and the way it is here, it's not easy to get on pit road here. It looks easy, but it's not easy because let's ride with Clindy here. Let's ride with Clindy. We're going into turn 3. And with turn 3, you got to get that. And now you got to start slowing down. And we're going to watch him. He's going to actually demonstrate it for us here. And then those are the cones, those yellow cones you see right there. Those are the cones that you need to be down to the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit at. There's no buffer zone. Like at Indianapolis, you can get into the wall area a little bit before you get to the cones. Here, you're turning the car at the same time as you're hitting the brakes, and that causes an awful lot of instability in these cars. And so you got to be very careful. You got to handle the car well. If you brake too much, the back end will come around. If you don't brake enough, you speed. And if you're just right, just like if you hit the Goldilocks zone, right? If you're just right, just perfect, then you get on pit road and you don't speed.
If you clutch too hard or hit too hard the brake, you lose the car on the back. So it's like a mix of stuff. There's a lot of mix of stuff. So it's better to adjust the brake bias.
Yep.
To don't have that, and maybe. Sometimes the tricky thing is activate the speed limit before to help you.
Yeah, that will slow you down. Yep. More. Use the engine to help you slow down. Yep.
But yeah. But at the same time, you don't want to lose time in the pit entry. That's the thing, when you can gain 1 second or lose 1 second. That's the other thing too.
Let's see. Blue Crab says, commentator, have you been told you have a perfect announcer voice? Like for real, you should do pro racing. You sound like a pro racing driver. P1 math moment. Well, I before getting into commentary here, I did what 3 years of driving these cars before getting in kind of the commentary of these. So the cars have changed a little bit since I've kind of stopped driving them on a regular basis. But if I have a really technical question, I'll just ask Lewis, who drives them more often than I do.
I don't drive it often, but I used to drive often this, and it's like, I burn my. To be honest, I'm gonna say this is really honest. Before, I only remember it was fight, bad things, fight, getting mad, fight.
Yeah.
Now it's like, now it's look like community. I didn't know they have a Discord community before. They have a community, they have a help of each other. They have like, let's help each other. It's never happened to me in the leagues or in the championship or in the Indy Fixed. Somebody teach you how to do this, how to do that. Before you have to, for example, I'll be the honest, Demerit, they have their own Twitch, and they broadcast the practice by himself. I don't know why. And from there we took things like where he's going, what kind of things he's used to, and then the people start to put stuff in the wheel. You don't see the anti-roll or the weight jacket or whatever. That's the way we used to race. But now, if you go to the community, you see, oh, the first race on the Monday, oh, it uses 6 and 1 or 5 and 2 or anti-roll front and back.
Caution,
or
caution. Jeff Hysong. Mm-hmm. And, Anna Klimek. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think Jeff is okay. And big netcode.
And let's watch this. Oh, there is something happened in front. Oh, Anna just hits a bump trying to avoid it, and she goes right into and knows that's happened to me before, and I hate that. And you just hit those bumps there on the apron.
Oh no.
And let's go back to Hysong here. Let's go back a little bit and watch what happened to him. Hysong racing with our pole center, Casey Povolonis. And they go side by side into turn 1. Here we go, try to get a better angle. Povolonis, is he going to slide up? Arrow wash. He's trying to roll out of it, That is contact. That is a light contact at the point where the car is the lightest. Povolonis is going to lose the front of his car. Logan Edwards goes to the inside. He just misses it. Anna hits the bumps, and she destroys her car. I think Hysong is good to go. I think he's fine. He might just come to pit road for another set of tires.
The only thing is a bit worrying is what is happening to Stoffer. About to check the car if it could make the turn, because make the turn with damage over 240 or 30 is not good for the car for sure.
Okay, so here's the situation. I think you're going to see everybody from the leaders come in. In fact, I think everybody's going to come in, to be honest with you.
Clendy have to stay. Clendy have to stay.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's going to stay. And Wilster?
Yeah, Clendy for sure is 100% done, and he will cycle to the lead.
That's there.
And there he goes. He's going to cycle to the lead. There's going to be a car in front of him. That's going to be Will Van Stearns, and he will get the wave around, and that will bring him back onto the lead lap there in the Van Halen car. But Clendy, just by nature of coming to pit road when he had to, he's going to cycle forward. And also cycling forward is Edson Santos. Edson thinks, Edson on the apron right now. I think that means Edson's maybe running close. He's running the shorter line, so maybe he thinks that he's running a little close there. So we'll keep monitoring that. Durazo stays out. Seb stays out. Logan Edwards stays out. Johnson Mitchum stay out. Shane Coker stays out. Ty Quilla is the first car to come to pit road, and he is bringing that second group up to speed right there in the black and silver Rogue Racing entry. So we're going to see people up in the front. Now, these people in the front, Clendy, Santos, Durazo, Seb Bacorn. Remember, I told you Bacorn was on the edge there. He stayed out. Logan Edwards, Johnson, Mitchum, Coker, the top 9 are going to stay out. So they are, and I want to do this here. Try to. These guys are all staying out. Right here, this group of guys, these group of drivers. So everybody down. Oops, that's awful, Gary. Everybody down. They got new tires. What do you think is going to win here? Track position, new tires.
Oh, the new tires is tough. It's really tough. We really see how Estrada tried to in the at the early stint, we see a Strider try to coming in and try to pass with the new tires the guys, and nope, he couldn't. So I think it's if we don't have another yellow, it could be a definition with all of these guys on front with Durazo, Santos, Clendy. I'm gonna put my coins on Alexander because he is in the border to maybe, but he can save a fuel, still save fuel to 10 to go to make the definition. But this is my guys to the end. But it's gonna be hard for Quilla try to pass Cocker and then Mitchums, Johnson and then Edwards and then all of these guys are gonna spray for far on the front. So if you have a definition in green, it's gonna be a good show. But Pocono always is a yellow 10 to go, 7 to go, or maybe 5 to go around.
And here we go. A run to the finish. Green flag in the air, and here we go. Kirkenbauer way low. Remember, Kirkenbauer down one lap, so Kirkenbauer is racing with a little bit of red mist, but we're going to go 4 wide through the corner.
Oof.
Here comes Edson Santos to the inside of Clendy. Bringing with him, that is Bacorn in that green car.
Oh, chain on the wall and saving the car.
Look at all this. Oh my goodness.
I think, yeah, it's, oh my god, with Ty Quilla and Mark Murphy on side by side with Mitchell on front with all tires. That's the thing. You have a new tire, but the thing is you have to make the pass, and that's difficult here. It doesn't matter if you have a new or old tires. Look like everyone is the same spot or same thing.
Coming to lap 100 next time by with 20 to go here shortly. Clendy, Santos, Durazo, Bacorn, and Edwards, your top 5. As Bacorn up 35 spots. Bacorn started dead shotgun on the field. He started 39 out of 39. If Bacorn should get... there's contact between... Ray Vaughn and Murphy. Big contact.
They don't count Liam O'Sullivan on the high line. That's why Murphy getting a little bit like a oops. But that, my God, thank God it's real. It's not real cars actually, virtual.
Watch this. Holy moly, right into the attenuator. If this was a real IndyCar racing, we'd be under a red flag situation right there because that would have destroyed the Gore Point attenuator right there. And they would have to rebuild that. Again, watch Murphy here.
Oh, my God.
I'm wondering if the radio's spicy.
Oh. Yep. Oh.
Wow. And that is day done. So Rick is actually one of the winners from earlier this season. He won last race at Twin Ring Motegi, so he is out of the running. And so is Brian Campbell. He won the Votive Derby to start the season. He's not in the lineup. Of course, he's at Portland right now, or driving back or flying back from Portland after the race today. So Clindy's the only one that can make us go stop the 4-for-4 trend, or the race and a new winner trend. And he is currently fighting for the win.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe look like a race incident. It's 3Y, maybe you see the car on your right side, you expect it to come in fast in there. Yeah, sometimes makes sense, but yeah, look like hard to decide, to be honest, with that kind of history. Battles in between Raven and Murphy, but yeah, when you, especially if I see that car on my right side coming in that way, it's like, oh my God, I have to do something. Okay, I'm gonna go to my left side, and then coming Raven too close to me, so I don't have a chance. So that's it. It is what it is. Like I said, and now Jello, so it's coming maybe one more.
Well, I mean, it's the racing is getting close, and so I would expect. And Santos is the leader, by the way. When the yellow came out, he did cycle to the front. But either way, everyone really wants this race. This is kind of one of the if the Votive Derby is the crown jewel. I mean, this is definitely one of the Grand Slam races outside of Indianapolis, any of the 300 milers, that type of thing. So people do want these longer races.
Well, the only person, sorry Murphy, but the only person I heard that it was me. So it's nothing, nothing bad with well that. So I don't even in fixed setting I hear stuff. I never, I laughing for sure, but I never gonna say, oh, he said this, he said that. I really don't. And even with my English, I can't repeat exactly what he said. So it's like,
Oh, we got 18 to go here at Pocono for our 300 miler this season. Before we come to the green flag, here are the remaining races on the schedule. There we go. As you see, we got a little bit of a wait after today. This is our only race for the whole month of August, and then we go a month from now into September, where we go to Legacy, Texas. And remember, last time we went to Texas, that was quite an adventure. So we're going to see, hopefully, everybody's racecraft get a little bit better on Legacy, Texas. Legacy, Texas, not as challenging as New Texas, Then we have Iowa, Las Vegas, the Milwaukee Mile, and then the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to wrap up in November. So we still got quite a bit of a season to go. We're reaching just the end of race 4 here. And so that's the remainder of the schedule for this season.
It's crazy. And just like click, we are in November.
And it'll be cold.
Then,
it'll be cold wherever you and I are. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now it's hot. That is like, oh my God, when is coming the cold one?
And going green, it is Santos, Clindy, Durazo, Bacorn, Edwards, your top 5, restarting with 18 to go.
Still thinking about it. Seb Alexander have the main for me to take Clindy maybe the victory today, but who knows? It's teams. Sometimes sometimes hard to have a teammate over here. Oh my! Tyke will ascended the car in turn 3. Almost. Man,
you're like Tyke will ascended. Here comes Liam O'Sullivan. He wants to go 3 wide. We got Turner Johnson on the high side, 7 in the middle, Liam down low in the 1. Someone's going to get some major aero wash there. Remember, Edson has won here before. He won in season 1. Clindy, he's won here before, but he almost won here on Monday.
he almost did on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, he came. Oh, big wreck in the background. That is Will Stearns. As he is on his lid, sliding down the front straight, Newgarden style.
Oh, with Andy. Oh, same.
Yeah, you just got to watch that high line. That high line's very fast, but if you're trying to pass a car on the high side, you just got to have faith that the car that's in the middle there or the car that you're going on that's below you knows that you're there, it can see you, and sometimes it's where both points meet at the corner exit right there, kind of a racing deal, and then unfortunately we're back under caution.
Okay, I cannot blame Will because Will make the turn, and that's my turn. I cannot do something, but when it's coming, Andy very fast is I think it's 60% your no fault, but it's like your responsibility to it's coming this car over here. I can see it, but Will cannot see him on the right side. So that's why maybe Andy should be slowed down and thinking about it. Oof, it's coming, and we're gonna wreck each other.
That's where I think human spotters would be helpful for everybody. And I know not everyone can get a human spotter.
Oh no! Actually, you know what? You can see if you you cannot see it for sure, but if you see the side by side between, it's ready. Wheel is ready close to the wall when when he can hear the outside for sure. So there's no reaction for Wheel for there.
Well, 14 to go, and we're going to have another lap, I think, after this. So this is now a good time to remind everybody. And once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 4 of 9 of the Votive Indy Oval Series, coming to you from Pocono, where currently Clindy, the defending series champion, leads. As we are now 13 to go, we are going to go another lap after this. So we're still going to be under caution for a while. Lights are still on the pace car, waiting for them to go out, and I don't see them going out. So they are staying on. But make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you'll miss it on the next race. The next race for us, like I mentioned when I showed you the schedule for the Votive Indy Oval Series, will be Sunday, September 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as the series will continue its third season with a stop at Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. If you're enjoying what you're seeing tonight, just imagine these things on the high banks of 24 degrees on both ends of the speedway. Legacy Texas Motor Speedway, mile-and-a-half oval that we used to run on but don't run on anymore. Thank you, NASCAR. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing tonight, don't miss the action when we return in a couple of weeks when Votive is at Texas.
So Mason Mitchell have a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel.
Oh, and he's trying to burn it off. Let's ride with him here. Let's see if he does the old burn off. Yeah, that's what he did. So what he's doing here, folks, if you're watching and you're not sure what he's doing, is he's revving the engine, he's putting in the clutch, and he's rumping the engine up against the rev limiter, and he's trying to lighten the car up a little bit with the extra fuel that he has. This is a dual-edged thing here. First thing is, you're doing a good thing for the car, making it lighter and make you faster. Bad thing is you are actually causing the engine to warm up. Now, if you warm it up too much, it will impact the power band of these cars. These guys know what they're doing, and so they're probably watching their temperatures. When it gets up to a certain number, they'll get off the button and then run under power here, allow air to flow through the radiators on the side here. Airflow, I can show you here. The airflow comes through these radiators here on the side and through the under tray. Helps with downforce. But there's also, that's how they cool the engines. So what he's doing is cool the engine. He might run another high band of revs here, try to burn off a little bit more, but that's what he's trying to do. He has too much fuel and he's trying to lighten up a little bit. Here he goes. On cue. Thank you, Mason. I appreciate that.
This should be don't do this, because in the real life is not even close to do that. They cannot do that for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real world thing they can do. I think that's a sim racing thing that they do. And there are little tricks that you can only do in sim racing that don't really work in real racing. That's a whole other dissertation. We could get into it another time. But we're getting ready to go green with 11 laps to go. Clindy's your leader. It's Clindy, Santos, the two guys that fought for the championship last season. Durazo, Bacorn, Logan Edwards. That is your top 5. Then right behind them, we got Seb, Turner, Ty, Liam, and Mason, your top 10. And here we go as the snake is beginning down the front stretch. And that is a very typical sight here as Ty Quilla deciding what he wants to do on the backside of Turner Johnson. He's going to cut down in front. Oh, and he slices right down on Liam O'Sullivan. And we are cautioned again. Jeff Hysong. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck.
Oh.
Jeff Hysong. We got Coker in that. Adam May, Dinsdale. And they're just all together going into the corner. I don't know if someone didn't have a good restart. Oh, and Dinsdale just cuts down on Hysong. Hysong catches May, and poor Coker. Wrong place, wrong time. The one to watch. Let's ride with Jacob Wilson. He has the spot here. Watch him. Whatever happens, someone does not have a good start here. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. They start fanning out immediately on the front stretch.
So it started with Jeff Hyson have a black flag because he passed Chain Dinsdale in the line, but Chains make the turn too early. I think also the spotter didn't show his
Oof.
wheel
What's this?
side by side with him.
Wow.
Mm.
And this is just kind of falling into Clindy's hands now, because now we got another 3 laps. You know, another 7.5 miles of caution that he doesn't have to race and worry about. And these people with better tires behind him, like Ty Quilla and Andrew Marquez and Trace Shadid and Antonio Estrada, Cody Cavaco, Gallus, those guys, they have. And here we got, oh, interesting. Turner Johnson does a pump fake. Ty Quilla does a pump fake. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to go to pit road. It's just less time for these guys to storm up through the field now with these better tires. So this is kind of fallen into Clindy's hands a little bit. So we're not going green. We're probably not going green until at best lap 6 with 6 to go. With 6 to go. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's a POCONO. That this should be not happen. This stuff. So it's like we're already racing for 100 something, 110 laps. Pretty good. We have a green flag stop, but always happen in the end when the people's getting nervous or trying to do something or getting. Sometimes you're getting super tired about these races, long races, and things happen. So and you don't need to like think about it about the definition race. And it's getting cold when you're leading. For example, Clendy, I don't know, it's happened to me. You're leading and you're going focus and then yellow, and then you're cool down, and then again, and you know what I mean. It's like it's not really good for the focus on for the main one, and especially with Santos and Durazo, when you have the chance to thinking about it, the next move on the second lap or maybe next loop, but that took the laps getting short and short to make that move. So that's unfortunately for these 5 guys on the front, especially with Derek Becorin with 35 spots, just survive on the front.
And let's get a camera on Becorn. We did not, admittedly, we have not talked much about this guy. I mean, he started 39th. I mean, you don't really pay much attention to the people that start 39th, much like you kind of saw in the 92 Indy 500. No one really paid attention much to Scott Goodyear until that last 50 laps. And like, you know, the guy that just started 33rd is all of a sudden threatening for, you know, a top 5, a top 4, now a top 3. And then when Michael falls out, now he's racing for the win. And that's very much what Becorn's in a situation. He is racing for the win here with 8 to go, coming to 7 to go. And can he do it? I mean, he would set, this would certainly be a record in any broadcast that we've done in terms of coming from the back to win a race. And this really would be, if this is a real-world IndyCar race, this would be a modern real-world record in IndyCar racing. No one has ever come from that many spots back to win a race of any type in IndyCar racing. Never mind Indy 500. Any race in IndyCar racing. We're talking 100-plus years of IndyCar racing, and no one's been able to, you know, really. We've had some people that have started dead last to win a race. Buddy Lazier started dead last in Phoenix one year and won the race because he had a chassis that no one else had, and he just dominated. That was at Phoenix with the Riley and Scott chassis, the only win that Riley and Scott chassis ever got. That's kind of one of the rare instances where we had from last to first, but never from 39th to the win. Never.
Interesting.
I believe that Buddy Lazier race was 2000 when he won the IndyCar championship that year. Well, we're going to go green with 7 to go. Pace car is off. Clindy's bringing him down slow. He's going to start the snake right away. Big jump. Gets a good jump. Edson Santos, not a good restart. And here we go. Under green, 7 to go. It is Clindy, Santos, Durazo, Bacorn, and Edwards, your top 5. And banging wheels is Ty Quilla.
And Johnson over there will try to, who's going to take the corner, and Quilla take the corner for a high line.
And Liam's going to want to follow him through. Ty goes to the bottom side. He's going to lend the draft to kind of help Turner Johnson a little bit. And he cuts down in front of him going into 2. Johnson's going to slide up a little bit. Oh, Liam has to give some room. There was room on exit, but not a lot of it. Move Ty Quilla, our defending winner from last season, up to P7. He won this race a season ago, and Turner Johnson into the wall. Here comes Liam O'Sullivan to the inside, down the front straight. Here comes Edson Santos to the inside of Clindy for the lead.
Have a little bit touch, no? Maybe? No, not touch there.
Back to the lead for Clindy. I think we're here comes Bacorn to the inside. We are shaping up for a photo finish here, and I hope I didn't jinx it. Look at Bacorn down to the rumble strips to get that car to rotate, and he's going to slide out to third in front of, in front of Durazo. It's going to cost him some momentum on exit, though. But folks, we might be in store for a photo finish, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you staying here late into the evenings here. It's just past 10 o'clock Eastern. Clindy again to the inside. Coming to 4 to go this time. They're going to go through turn 2. Clindy to the lead. Clindy fades to the inside. He defends. Go ahead.
What is the time to for example, if I Santos, what is the time to make the pass? That's always thinking about it, because he can make the move in one lap, on one turn, on one corner, and he needs
Turner Johnson. Actually, he's actually faster now. 220 flat for a purple lap. I think Edson needs to take the lead going into turn 2. Because I think if Clindy leads here, look at Clindy. I think Clindy holds it all the way to the start-finish line. Watch Clindy fade to the inside. No, he's going to stay out to the wall this time. Because I don't think Edson can get the run at the start-finish line. Watch this. I don't think he's going to get the run.
You're right.
No. Yeah, he's going to have to pass him going into 2. So, I mean...
look at that big Y on the back. Oh, my God.
Oh. So here's Clindy, and Edson's going to have to defend to the inside. Edson's trying to. He's actually running the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Clindy. I just don't think being in that position leading going into turn 2 on the last lap's the way to go. Clindy defends to the inside into 3. Coming to 2 to go. And see, he leads that time. And here comes Santos again to the inside. Here comes Logan Edwards. And again, do we see the move? There's the same move. And we're coming to the white flag. And what do you do? What do you do, Lewis? What if you're Edson? What do you do? Do you just go to the bottom immediately and ride the bottom?
That's a good question. That's a good question, because he can make it. They can. I don't know. Like you said, it's better for the turn 2 to make the pass.
Clindy lets him by. Clindy tucks in line, goes high, he's going to get the clean air. Santos is going to go to the middle. Durazo down low. Edwards in 4th, Bacorn in 5th. There goes, and now he defends down low. Clindy's going to bring it out high. Can Clindy get the pass complete going into 2? Or are we going to go side by side? He's almost clear, but Santos is still there.
He didn't let go.
Santos is there. We're going to go side by side through 3, and it's going to be a dead heat coming to the checkered flag. Do not forget about Durazo. He's going to have a run. Here comes Santos, and I think Santos is going to have the run, but here comes Clindy to the inside, outside, and no, it's not going to be Clindy. It's going to be Santos. Santos defends and wins. He gets his second win here in the Votive Series at POCONO.
And Taquilla have a black flag. Oh, I have an incident. Oh, he have an incident at the end. Because
Speeding coming to pit road.
Sullivan.
Speeding coming to pit
He
road.
went to the pit.
And those poor teams.
Oh, he just looked like a missile. Look at that, how jumping to the
Watch this.
car to the box 5. Who's the 5 here? Oh, Sullivan.
Oh, Bacorn, and it. Oh, wow! Play your Van Halen dreams there, right there. Oh my goodness.
He just stopped in the box 5 of the Sullivan team.
Well, help the man out. Wow, what a finish.
So,
it was even closer than last season's win here. Clindy finished just missed beating Ty, but it was a .038, and it was a .025 here this time.
it was a net code in there in turn 2.
Here we go. Let's get the right music. Here we go. Oh, into the inside wall. Edson Santos with the win. Clindy second. Durazo third. Logan Edwards, he's up 10 spots to 4th. Liam O'Sullivan is 5th. Seb Alexander is 6th. Turner Johnson manages to smack the wall late in the race and then to get the purple lap. He comes home 7th. Andrew Marquez with a great run for Andrew. He stays up in the top 10 all day today. He comes home 8th. Derek McCorn, I believe he's going to be your LGN driver of the race. He had a shot to win there, taking the white flag. He improved 30 spots to P9. Trey Shadid in 10th. Moving on, we got Mason Mitchum, Antonio Estrada, Hugo Gallis, A.J. Hobson, Cody Gavaco, your top 15. Casey Povalone is your pole center. Gary Lovern, Hunter Ingrave, who started at the tail end of the field for an EOL. He comes on 18th. That's a pretty good run for him, I thought. Eric Peterson in 19th. Jacob Wilson in 20th. Ty Quilla with that barrel roll flight time at the end there. And I tell you, if you like flying like that, you might want to check out the Sim Gaming Expo here, and also in September in Schaumburg. There'll be flight sim stuff there. Ty Quillis 21st, Shane Coker 22nd, Jeff Heisong 23rd, Dinsdale 24th, and Adam May in his first start in the series 25th. Kirkenbauer 26th, Stearns 27th, Rick Ravon 28th, Mark Murphy 29th, Anna Klimek in 30th. A lot of big names at the bottom. Collins, Bahunsky, Anderson, Osborne, Stouffer, your top 35. And then rounding out the remainder of the field, Michael Newcomer, Vitor, Teed, and Stephen Lee. Top 39. 39 cars took the green flag today. Great showing, everybody. Great showing.
Oh, 1 hour and 57 minutes race.
Yeah, it was a long one.
Great definition, actually. Yeah, it was long, but at the end, it was a good race to the end, to be honest.
All right, so we're going to get the interview room here momentarily, but we got to get some replays queued up. So let's get, we're going to talk to Kat first. So let's, you know, Dan calls himself, or his nickname's the Cat. You remember Ernest the Cat Miller in WCW at all? Did that name ring a bell?
Okay, yeah.
You do? You remember?
I have to.
Yeah, he's actually one of Goldberg's buddies. He was in the ring for Goldberg's retirement. But yeah, Ernest the Cat Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cat.
Ernest Miller, yeah.
Oh. What kind of thing is it?
He was. I didn't think he was very entertaining.
He's a wrestler.
What?
He was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. Ernest the Cat Miller, WCW.
Ernest Miller.
All right.
It's like you said. It's like a count how many NWO members. Even in Japan have NWO. Those are like that guy. Oh yeah, whatever. Oh that guy. Yeah, whatever.
Let's go ahead and bring in Kat here, and here he is. Kat D'Andarazzo with the P3 today, up 5 spots from where you started. Man, that was a good race for you. That you were consistently in the top 10 all day today, but there's a whole bunch of different strategies going on, and it was kind of hard to pick what group you wanted to be in. Talk about your race and eventually getting up into that lead pack, fighting it out for the win there at the end.
Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I started P8. I qualified for once, and I've just been kind of like riding around. This is the one track I actually know how to drive on the Votive schedule, which is a huge advantage, that's for sure. I was just kind of hanging around. I was saving for, I think I'd say like 90 laps, 100 laps. So we were just coming up with strategies. A lot of yellows kind of bouncing around what we were doing, and yeah, there was a ton of stuff going on at the end with the other people. Yeah, I mean, I knew I was, going to be top 5. Like I was looking at the numbers. I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm not going to be cycled out where I want to be cycled out.
Well, I mean, a great run for you today. I bet you feel pretty good. 300 miles is kind of no joke here at Pocono. And you managed to bring it home in third there with a heck of a battle right in front of you between Clindy and Santos. Our race on Monday, the guy that took took the white flag in third actually won the race. I guess there might have been hope on your end for that to kind of repeat, but not today. But you come home third. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out my team Track Rocket, obviously, my teammate Matt Wagner and Tresson Fortson helping me out with Pocono over the week. I want to shout out Track Rocket sponsor Mahatma Rice. And yeah, I want to shout out the Votive League. It was a really nice race, honestly. I had a lot of fun, and it was really competitive guys in here. I was holding back Seb for a lot of that, for like, I can't even count how many laps. Seb, Logan, Baycorn, it was tough. And to finish out in third, that's exactly what I was trying to do today.
Well, congratulations on the P3. We got about a month off before we go to the next race, so take her easy. We'll see you in probably some other races between now and then, but a good start to the week here on Sunday evening with a P3 here at Pocono in the Votive Series. Congrats, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
That is the cat. Let's get that back up. Do we have Edson at all in any rooms? Because I know he does talk, but he might not be able to join us. I don't know. If he comes back in. Okay, if he, see if you can track him down. If he does, that's great. We'll definitely talk to him. Hey, we are 4 for 4. We've got, so we're kind of repeating that thing. But we'll bring up Clindy here, and here is Clindy. Clindy, just a kind of the tail of the tape for you all week at Pocono. A P2 to Monday and a P2 comes Sunday, but so close. And also another P2 kind of here at Votive. You lost to your teammate by 0.38 last season. This season, you lose to Edson by 0.25. Can you get it any closer?
No, and if it were closer, I'm guaranteed to lose. So I'm just glad Edson and I brought it across the line in one piece. Tuesday, we had some unfortunate netcode in the tunnel turn, just like we had today, which I think caused me to lose this race. But, I'm very happy to bring it home second and extend my points lead. Or, I think Edson is closest to me in points, so that lead got shaved. But I know Mark was in second prior to the race, so.
We will do a refresh on the... Sorry, go ahead.
Else, who had bad days. You can't help it sometimes, but I just played the strategy right, put myself in the right position, and then just did not execute. Same as it ever was, really. So I really wish that race had gone green. I had more gas than anybody else.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Drop the hammer.
Yeah.
So it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So pleased as punch to finish second.
I guess that we saw you hit that last pit stop, but we did the math. We're like, okay, if this went green, you're good to go all the way to the end. And then we're started. The topic of discussion there in the last restart is, where do you want to be on the last lap? And you seem to have the edge. He would take the lead from you going into 1, and then you would take it back on the long pond straight going into 3, and he would hold the lead to the line, and then he would pass you again. And we're like, if he can't protect going into 2 and you pass him, it was pretty much going to be you winning the race. And he decided to protect the bottom on that last lap. Were you expecting him to protect the bottom on the last lap, or were you all the time planning that, well, if he does that, I'm just going to cruise around the outside?
Yeah, I knew whoever had the lead coming out of turn 2, as long as you could take your preferred line with conviction into turn 3, you're going to win the race, right? I was not as far ahead of him as I wanted to be going into turn 3, because I had to do a whale of a job saving it, just because that little touch of netcode. And yeah, I think if that didn't happen, we finished within 1,000th of a second, and I probably win. I don't know. I think he was much lighter than me, because I spent some time saving just so I could go full push map 1 and lead. But then we just got yellow after yellow after yellow, and I ended with like 8 or 9 extra gallons of gas.
Oof. Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. So you got the P2. We're waiting for points to update, and still haven't have updated yet. Still showing you with an 11-point lead over Murph. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't think it is.
That's from entering today.
Yeah, that's entering today. So we're still waiting on that. You're probably still the points leader. Unfortunately, all-time wins leader here. You were tied with Santos. Now Santos has a 1-race lead over you. So you're still chasing a little bit. But you got the P2 today, and the valuable points that come with it, and a month off before we get to the next race. So congratulations. Did I give you the chance for the shout outs?
Not quite. Just
go ahead. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Yep.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. There's no one I would rather lose to than one of my teammates or Edson. So, we've had tons of great battles, and it's always a pleasure to share the track with him. So I'm glad he was able to win today. Shout out to Daniel Durazo, the cat, on the podium. Good job from him. And then shout out to my sponsors, Sagerman Farms, the Votive Racing League, which everyone on P1 Broadcasting is tuning into right now, and Techtopia Systems, the proud presenting sponsor of Top Split Tuesday night action on the YouTube channel P1 Broadcasting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune on in this Tuesday. I think we're going to be at Milwaukee. So, or maybe not. I don't know the schedule that well.
This
it'll be fun.
week
It'll be a good time.
Is on the Indy Oval Series. It is Motegi.
Oh, Motegi. Cool. Votive had a great setup for Motegi. If the official setup is anything like that, it should be a blast. But with that, I'll get out of your hair, Gary, and let you talk to the winner.
Right on. Well, congratulations. We'll catch you the next one. Okay, buddy? And he is out. Let's bring up Edson Santos. Here is Edson, now back to being the all-time wins leader here in the Votive Indy Oval Series with his 5th career win, and also now 4 for 4 this season, 4 different races, 4 different winners, and also gets his 2nd career Votive win here at POCONO, holding off Clindy by 0.25 of a second. Congratulations, Edson. Talk about that last lap and holding off Clindy for the win.
Hello, friends. Hello, everyone. Good night. So first of all, I have to say this is definitely my favorite track. I love racing at POCONO, and so I think it's a bit luck there. Yeah, it's a great race. Different strategies, green flag stints, green flag pit stops. It was really interesting, and during the race, I was very concerned about getting my race in the right window fuel. Many times during the race, I was saving fuel to have a chance to fight for the win with the same 100% accelerations. Just a shame about the number of yellow flags, but so the size of the field, it's even normal for this happen. Yeah, but I was alive in the end, and with a great battle, and during those last laps, I was more concerned with making the slingshot with Kyle to have some gap for P3, P4 until the last 1 or 2 laps were able to fight for the win. And so 1,000 prize and this frustration season for me because I had a lot of incidents that prevent me for reaching the end of the race. But yeah, I hope I can be in the same condition in another race. And hi for Kyle. It's a great battle in the end, but respectful. And so when the yellow, the white flag came, he was like protecting the inside line, but I prefer to go on the outside and make the pass in the turn 1 because I was a little bit afraid to lose some speed in turn 1 and do this don't have a good speed and back straight away. And yeah, and it was a great battle in the end. And he didn't have the clear in turn 2, and at this point I was confident I would win. So it's a pretty nice race.
Well, congratulations on the win. The points have been updated. We will go over the points when we're done interviewing you, but I want to give you a chance to shout out your sponsors, your teammates, all your friends and family for getting the big win here at a place that you have come to love.
Yeah, thank you. So the season with this kind of incidents, of course, I have no chance to fight for the title, but I'm here to have some fun, respectfully. And it's pretty good to be in this league. So I'd like to send a hello for Shane, who organized this league. It's pretty interesting the way he does. And so the podium, Caio, Durazo, good run for them, and all my teammates in Brazil from Linear Energy Race, especially my friend Jonatas Martins won a race in Dark Horse series some weeks ago, and
yes, he did.
He got and he could get an important win in the Brazilian League today. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, and so Linear and first there, first here. So I'm glad for that.
Well, good day for Brazilian for the iRacing INDYCAR community in Brazil. Congratulations on the win. We will catch you at the next one in about a month when we go to Legacy, Texas, another place we know you do well at. But congratulations on the win, and go get some rest. It's getting late, all of us in the world here, so get some sleep and get ready bright and early for Monday to go to work.
For sure. Take it. See you, man.
See ya. I have to go to work on Monday too, so and I know you have to, Lewis. But let's talk about the points. Let's get that graphic off here. Okay, points. Clindy is your points leader. He has 202 points. He has a 45-point lead over Dan Durazo, who's now in second in points. AJ Hobson, very stealthily, has worked his way up to third in points. He is 66 behind the lead and only 21 behind Dan. Mark Murphy is tied with him in third, so that is a two-way tie for third right now. Hunter Ingrave is fourth or fifth, depending on how you want to look at it. Then Edson Santos. Edson actually jumps 19 spots in the points with this win here. So he is now in the top 5, tied with Hunter Ingrave. Then Mason Mitchum, Logan Edwards, Casey Povolones, Chris Stouffer, Seb Alexander, Liam O'Sullivan, Brian Campbell, Jacob Collins, Rick Ray-Vaughn, Trey Shadid, and we'll just stop at the top 20 here. So Craig Forsyth, Cody Cavaco, Ty Quilla, Shane Coker round out the top 20 there. So that is the point situation. Lewis, what do you think of today's race? What do you think of these points? And what do you think about going forward when we're going to Texas?
Yeah, so in Texas, it's going to be 3 weeks later, about the 3 weeks? September? Yeah. So it's really far. It's going to be far, but we're still a lot to talk about the league also too. The race, it was a long race for sure. and 120 laps. You said 300 miles race. 2 minute yellows, couple of incidents, really difficult to avoid, and some others like um, the people avoid. So it's really the people still thinking about it, need to working about it in this kind of things because the race is 120, so you need to think about it and that stuff. Easy to say outside for sure, but it's different for inside. That's what I always said to make sure the people understand it's difficult to think about it in the car. The points is it's hard to think about it. The point now with 5 to go. Maybe after 2 more, we can think about it. Who's gonna be in there? At least Durazo changed 8 spots just for finishing in the top 10 today. AJ Hobson today, not good for him. And well, at least he won 5 spot. Murphy went down so for the incident with Raven today. So it was a good race. Actually, I really put the highlight on the last 20 laps with all of the strategy in the front, then the swap in between the Santos and Clendy, and the last definition on the what can I do on the last definition to win the race, and he did a good job doing something we thinking about it different. So he make the pass in turn 1 and then defend in the turn 2 with net code for sure. That's the kind of net code on the Clendy goal is scary, or maybe he didn't feel the net code, but the car went to the left and to the right, sorry, and then tried to make the pass in the turn 3. It was kind of hard because it was a side by side. So it was a good race today, and Texas for sure is gonna be a hot race. Who knows? It depends. The weather is gonna add it. So we need to think about it in the weather stuff and the degradation for sure, the tires.
Mm-hmm.
And how many cars is gonna be over there? So if you're gonna be over the 30 cars, yeah, it's gonna be tough to see it because that track is not for no more than 30 cars, or maybe no more than 27 or 28 cars. So to put the stuff, well, we already saw it in Kentucky. So Kentucky, we put it almost 40 cars in there, and it was a really success race. So I hope Texas for the next one is gonna be a success in there. So see you Tuesday. I want to say Monday, but no more Mondays until
no more Mondays for a while.
Yeah. So see you Tuesday on Pixel Series. It's gonna be on. Don't know.
But it's
gonna be. Oh, that's pretty good. Actually, it's gonna be good battle over there in Motegi. So see you Tuesday for sure on Pixel Series.
All right, well, that's going to do it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Pocono. Edson Santos with his 5th career win here at the Tricky Triangle. Actually, 5th career win in the Votive Indy Oval Series with his 2nd career win here at the Tricky Triangle. Gosh, I can't even talk anymore. But he gets the win here tonight. Clendy was tied with him for the career wins lead here in the series. But now he's 1 win behind. But Clendy does have the edge in championship. So who has the advantage? I don't know. But there's still half a season for these guys to slug it out to see who gets the advantage at the end of this one. And Dan Durazo comes home 3rd with a great run by the Cat. Join LGN and myself again on Sunday, September 14th, 2025. For round 5 of Season 3 of the Votive Indy Oval Series, as the teams and drivers head to Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. Coverage, as always, will start approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 8:00 p.m. Eastern. Remember, it's an all-new season, so for the correct time in your area, you can find everything you need right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought on tonight's race, and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including Tuesday, our Tuesday night top split broadcast. It's round 9, week 9 of the INDYCAR, of the iRacing INDYCAR Oval Series as the series heads back to Japan at Twin Ring Motegi. On the oval there, coverage starts at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash SimCans. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. The links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, or you can follow us on X and Instagram. And also you can find all of our links on social links on Linktree, and that link is in the description. So everything you need is right there. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at Votive and P1, I'm Gary Gotza saying to all, happy Sunday. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here September 14th in Texas for the next race of the Votive Indy Oval Series. See ya!